Let's go.
Oh, what's up, Failsafe family? So we are here for a special edition of Battle of the Brands in my city, my hometown, Chicago. And in this video, we're gonna be looking at Starbucks versus Dunkin brands. I've already done the two stock analysis of these companies, and I want you to watch those videos before you watch this video, but you don't necessarily have to. So like I normally do in Battle of the Brands, we ask ourselves 3 questions: the growth, the sustainability, and the value of these companies, and which one will come out on top. So I'm gonna give you a little brief history lesson about my city also, and connect it to this Battle of the Brands episode. So when it comes to growth, Chicago's nickname is the second city, and the reason why it's called the second city is because the entire city was destroyed or burned down during the Chicago fire, or the Great Chicago Fire, and then was rebuilt soon after. And also during that rebuilding stage was also the Great Migration from the South. A lot of blacks came from the South to help Chicago because they had family up here to flee slavery and oppression. And they had a lot of shops, black-owned shops and restaurants and things like that. But I don't want to get too much off track, so let's look at Starbucks and Dunkin brands to see which one will come out on growth. So when it comes to growth, when we look at Dunkin brands, the potential for growth just isn't really there due to the fact that they don't necessarily own any of their shops. They don't own any of the Dunkin' Donuts, they don't own any of the Baskin Robbins, and it's reflected in their revenue. Their revenue is really, really low. It's like $1 billion to $2 billion. I think $1.3 billion if I'm not mistaken. So when we look at Starbucks, the growth is there. They're more innovative. They have bigger shops. They have more brand recognition. Now, both of these companies do operate around the world, but Starbucks is the largest in that sector for like coffee shops and things like that. So when it comes to growth, we just got to give it to Starbucks. Even though this company is already big, they still are continuing to grow. And it's reflected in the balance sheet and the stock chart. So growth, we got to give this one to Starbucks. Now, moving on to the second topic, sustainability. So sustainability, when we look at Dunkin brands again for sustainability, now they might be able to outlast Starbucks just because it's limited liability almost, like they don't really own any of their corporations. They have like 1,000 employees or something like that. So the liability is there for Dunkin brands and the sustainability, but I would still give it to Starbucks just because of the brand recognition. They're integrated, they buy the coffee beans, they roast the beans themselves. They have most of their coffee shops, they own half of their coffee shops. And then they're growing, they're expanding. So I would give it to Starbucks still. I'm not trying to sound biased. I don't own neither one of these companies. I just want to put that out there. So when it comes to sustainability, both of these companies will be around, but I would definitely give it to Starbucks over Dunkin brands. Now, for value, I'm gonna say this. I have to mention this about my city. When it comes to value, the food here is the greatest, the bang for your buck. You can get it. We have more signature dishes in Chicago than any other city in the entire world. I just have to mention that. And the prices are definitely affordable. Most of our food come with fries and a drink. So I just want to throw that out there. We have some of the best food. But value, let's look at Starbucks versus Dunkin brands again. And when it comes to value, looking at the stock prices, meaning what you're paying right now, both of these companies might be viewed as overvalued, but I would have to give it to Starbucks just because the slight edge is that Starbucks is still paying a dividend right now. Now the price that you're paying is a little overvalued. I think it was like $70 or something around there, or between 70 and 75. But when you factor in the growth potential and what you're paying right now, even if it is slow growth, you still can receive a dividend and reinvest that dividend, depending on how much money you have invested in Starbucks. But that's pretty much it for this episode. I'm gonna try to do some more episodes while I'm home. Please enjoy it. If you are in Chicago, hit me up. I'm gonna be here for a while, but for now, I'm just gonna, enjoy the views.